Hi out there, it's me, Eloise, and today's video is brought to you by the number 8, which is how many thoughtful gift ideas I have to offer you today. This is the time of year for gift giving and expressing love and thankfulness and appreciation to those in your life, no matter what holiday you celebrate. I've watched a lot of gifts for authors videos in the past, and there was something about them that just didn't sit right with me. Not that they weren't well done videos or they weren't good gifts for authors, but I found that a lot of the ideas that they had were lacking a key aspect that I personally think is a requirement for any good gift, and that is the amount of thought and effort that was put into said gift. The thoughtfulness is the key to any successful gift, whether that's a seasonal gift, a birthday gift, anniversary gift, or a just because gift. A exceptional gift to someone that you love or care about is made exceptional not based on how much money you've spent on it, but how much thought you have put into it, and whether that object that you've selected conveys how much you've been paying attention to that person that you're giving the gift to, or how much you think about them. That's what I had in mind when curating this list of 8 thoughtful gifts that you can give to the writer or author in your life. Before getting into this list, there is a smidge of prep work that you need to do, which is necessary for it to be a success, and that is paying attention and listening. I know for some of you that might be difficult, because I know for some of you, you don't give 2 craps about the writing or the world or whatever that person is talking to you about. But you should give 2 craps about that person. If you don't, why are you giving them a gift? It's really that simple. If you don't give a crap about the person enough to pay attention to the things that are important to them and excite them, then you shouldn't be giving them a gift. One more note before we get into this. I wanted to make sure that all of these gift ideas were very affordable, because in this economy, we don't need to be spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on things. I know there were some gift ideas on other videos of like, give them an iPad or a laptop, and that's just... Let's get started on this list of thoughtful, affordable gifts for the writer in your life. Going from least expensive to most expensive, gift number 1 is their preferred beverage. Whether it's coffee or tea, writers love to be drinking something while they're working on their project, and you are going to be paying attention to whether they prefer tea or coffee, how they take it, perhaps their preferred type of tea. There's oodles of kinds of tea, so make sure to be paying attention to what kind of tea they like. Don't just get them any tea. Get them their favorite kind of tea. Maybe get a few accessories to go with it. Maybe a little mug that is related to the genre that they like, or something about them that reminds you of them in that mug. As far as coffee goes, do they prefer drinking their coffee outside of the house? Do they like the big chain kind of coffee, or do they make their coffee at home? If so, how do they make their coffee? Get them pre-ground beans, or do they grind their own beans? Pay attention, easy peasy. Gift idea number 2 is a fiction book within their preferred genre. Most writers that I know also like to read. I write historical fantasy set in ancient Greece. It is a known fact that I am wild about Greek mythology. So if someone were to give me a fiction book that's a myth retelling or something related to Greek mythology, I'm gonna be super jazzed about it, because not only do I have a book that you thought that I would like to read because you've been paying attention to the kinds of things that I like to read. I feel so loved if I get something like this. Your writer in your life will feel loved too. This next one requires you to be paying attention to the things that your writer is saying about what they're working on. This is stickers or pins or something related to the genre or story that they're working on. Is the writer in your life writing about dragons? Get them some dragon stickers. Are they currently drafting some fairy smut type thing? Get some fairy pins or something. I don't know. It's easy. You just pay attention to when they are talking to you or at you about their book because they're really passionate about it. And if they're telling you about their work in progress, you are a special person. We don't do that with just everyone. I mean, maybe some people do. I do it to the internet to a certain extent, but I go into excruciating detail about plot holes and talking about my plot with only my best friends and closest people in my life, because I trust them to not just judge me for the weird things that I'm thinking of. If you need to, have a note in your phone that if they see something or show you something that they're excited about, just add it. Or if they send you something, add it to the list. Then you don't even have to think about it. Speaking of lists, we're gonna go on a quick side tangent. If the person you're getting a gift for has already sent you a wish list, knock it out of the park and just get something off of that list. Don't make it harder for yourself by trying to guess something that they want. You might think that it's not as thoughtful to just get something off of their list, but I would argue it is, because you are listening to them telling you, these are the things that I want. You are showing that you listen and you pay attention and you value their thoughts. Don't make it harder for yourself. If they already have a list, just look at the list, get them something off of the list. But if they don't have a list and you want the thoughtful thing, let's go on to the next gift. Gift number 4 is kind of related to gift number 2 of the fiction book in their genre, but it is a non-fiction book related to whatever they are writing about. And I'm not talking about a writing craft book. Maybe they want a writing craft book, but they probably already have a lot of writing craft books, and they don't necessarily need more of that. Perhaps the writer in your life is working on a historical fiction set in Confederate Georgia or something. Finding a book related to that historical event and giving that to them will not only be helpful in their writing in a non-traditional, generic kind of way, it also shows that you're paying attention to what they're writing and what they're working on. Those first 4 gifts you could give to a writer whether they've got a published work or not. These next 4 gifts are most easily given to an author who already has books out there in the wild that you can work with. Gift number 5 is bookmarks of their book. There are places online such as Vistaprint that you can upload images and have custom bookmarks printed. I did that myself using cover art and added a little blurb on the back, which I ordered about 500 of these so I could hand them out to people instead of business cards. You don't have to order 500 of them, but if you have access to their cover or some character art that they have, you can download that image, create a bookmark for them, perhaps create a QR code to their website, something like that. Just put some thought into it. Think of it as either a business card type of gift that they can use and hand out to other people, or just something special for them to keep to themselves, because it's a really special thing to have published a book. If you wanted to get extra creative, you could have them custom printed like this and then punch a hole in the top and put in some ribbon or make a little custom chain or something like that. Or if you are crafty and you don't want to necessarily custom order them, I've seen bookmarks made of ribbon and charms. Those are pretty cool too. You could find charms related to whatever the subject is of their story. Just something cool like that. Custom, tailor it to their specific book, and it will be even more special. Another special kind of gift that you could get for your author is some sort of commemorative ornament. Is this the year that they published their first novel? Get them an ornament that says published author 2024 or something like that. Recognizing that accomplishment as the big deal that it is will not only make them feel incredibly loved, but it will make them feel supported as well. And there are a number of different ways that you can go about doing this. You could find something that's sort of generic with like a typewriter on it, get extra creative and incorporate their character art or the name of their book or something like that. You only publish your first book once, and that is something special that should be celebrated. Idea number 7 is quite affordable, but is going to take a lot of your time. So this should be reserved for people who you are extra close to, that are really going to appreciate and love the time that you have taken into putting this thoughtful gift together. And that is a thoughtfully annotated book of theirs. Buy their book in the paperback format. Get yourself some nice colored pens that maybe match the aesthetic of the book, and you sit down and you read that book. And you highlight passages that really jumped out at you, leave comments in the margins about thoughts that you had while you were reading, or times that you thought were particularly funny, or lines that really spoke to you. This might offend some of you, but this is a special kind of gift that not necessarily all of you are cut out to give. It is a sentimental kind of gift that speaks to a writer's soul on a different level. You are not only taking the time to read it, but you are providing the feedback. Not only do they get to see what part of their book spoke to you and connected to you, they can also use that as a tool for advertising and marketing their book in the future, because there is nothing harder than trying to market your own book or going through your book and deciding which lines are good enough or captivating enough to use to convince more people to read your book. So it's a twofold gift. I've saved the most expensive thoughtful gift for last because it's a doozy, and that would be commissioning custom art of the book for your gift. Whether it's the main character in the book or a specific scene, perhaps you've already been privy to conversations with the author that, oh, if I could afford it, I would get a illustration of this specific scene. I really wish I could splurge and get some character portraits that I can use to share on my website or put in the back of the book. Special and custom. The most custom you can get is commissioning an artist. If you are artistic yourself, just draw them something. Draw their main character. That's like the book annotation times 10. Make sure to read the book to make sure you're picking a scene or a character that is important and special to your writer in your life. They've probably talked to you about their favorite scenes. Maybe it's the climactic scene, or maybe it's a love scene, maybe it's a romance where the two characters are kissing or something like that. The possibilities are endless, but I'm saving it for last because a quality commissioned art piece that will make your writer swoon is going to be spendy. And you probably should have thought of doing that a few months ago, because at this point, that's kind of off the table, which is why I've saved it for last. Unless you can illustrate it yourself, I don't think you're going to be able to find an artist that's open for commissions and can get that done in time for the holiday gift giving season. But you could get started on it for a birthday. So that is my 8th and final thoughtful gift idea for the writer or author in your life. Whoa, hey, I know I said I was only going to give you 8 gift ideas. I have a bonus 9th gift idea that is completely free, that any author in your life will appreciate and love and is easy for you to do and doesn't require as much effort as those other 8, and that is leaving a review of their book on all the platforms. Write up a little review. Ideally, it's a positive review. I don't know how many authors would really say, wow, thank you so much for this 2-star review. I appreciate it. So write up your review if you've got something nice to say. Put a little bit of effort into it, okay? Don't just say this book was nice. Then take that review and post it to Goodreads, Storygraph, Amazon. You don't have to buy the book off of Amazon to post a review on Amazon. That's not how it works. Or if you do, go get the ebook. It's probably $5 at the most. Wow, there you go. $5, they get a sale, that makes them feel good, and then you leave a review, which helps that star rating. It sounds like a silly present, but I guarantee you all of the authors in your life will appreciate you leaving reviews. If you like this video, maybe consider giving me the gift of subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. If on the off chance that your writer in your life is also as obsessed with Greek mythology as I am, consider gifting them my book, Maiden of Artemis. It's great. What's the most thoughtful gift you have ever received and why? What made it special to you? If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. You're one of my favorite people. May your holiday season be filled with blessings, joy, and books. Until next time, take care. Bye.
Do you like writing? Yes, I like writing. Do you like mythology? Yes, I like mythology. Do you like my videos? Yes, I like your videos. Then what are you waiting for? Subscribe.